And we are recording, Mr. Mo.
Nice. I think this is going to air at the end of the month, one day after my birthday. I am inching closer and closer and closer to 40.
Yay!
So close.
If you really means 50, you guys, it's just got a lot of Botox.
Yeah. And so I need to accomplish some things before I turn 40. So that includes I want 3 Academy Awards.
Oh.
I need a
Oh.
few more nips and tucks in my face. And I would like to buy property and have exotic animals as pets.
Well, you can do
Easy
one
peasy.
out of 3 of those. Definitely by Monday or Tuesday. I don't know about the others. I'll just let you figure out which one that is and
Yeah.
put all your efforts at it.
I'll
I
do
don't want
it.
to break your dreams. But we are going to do this in 3, 2, 1. What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge!
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the Frat Chat Podcast.
All young men like 3 things. Food, booze, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the Frat Chat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with Chris Simo Moore. How's it going, Mr. Mo?
What's up, man? So check this out. Every year when it's my birthday, it's normally around Memorial Day weekend, and everyone's gone.
True.
I think to myself, oh, the world is off today in celebration of my birthday. And then I'm like, let's do something, guys. And I'm guys.
It's and for the record, no one's traveling because of Memorial Day weekend. They just don't want to hang out with you. Like, I didn't even have plans, and then you said it was your birthday. I'm like, oh, Julie, get us an Airbnb. It's $4,000. It doesn't matter. Just book it.
I'm like, guys, you want to go to the beach? And then they're all like, there's some really good beaches in Connecticut.
Yeah. It's like they're at the beach right now. It's like, shit, he wants to come. Tell him you're busy.
Well, I wanted to start off just by I'm not going to mention the name, but we lost someone in our fraternity just recently, and as we're recording, actually, it's his funeral right now. And so I just wanted to say we have another angel looking down on us, and he'll be greatly missed. And he actually was one of my favorites. So rest in peace.
Guy. He really was a great dude.
Yeah.
So R.I.P. for sure. And happy early birthday, Simo.
Thanks.
You can't got tough to go from one to the other, but I did want to say happy birthday before you mentioned that.
Yeah, I don't really know of what's a good segue after talking about something very heavy? I feel like there's something else to do aside from just fart noises and doing like potty humor, you know?
Quick, fart noises, Simo.
Do you watch those videos on Instagram and TikTok where people are dancing and they like impose the fart noises on top of it?
Yes.
Those are my favorite. Oh, I love that stuff.
My favorite prank or fart videos are the prank ones where like the dude's walking by people and then he'll like let a fake sound rip, and it's always like the gnarliest fart sounds. He'll like walk by like 2 girls and they're like, oh my god, and then he just keeps walking.
Oh, I know that guy. That
guy's a genius. Way to figure out the simplest thing to do and then just like run with it. But that's like fucking awesome. I wish I would have thought of that. That guy is a genius.
Sometimes I wonder, like, how do they position their camera because their cameras are pretty good. So I'm like, don't people see like a cameraman there, or I guess maybe a friend is just facing and staring in that direction, holding a
Honestly,
cell
though,
phone?
if you just stand, where's my phone? If you're just like on your phone like that, you know what I mean, and you have a good phone, you can fucking just record that. People
Yeah,
and everybody's on their phones, so you just expect everybody. And
I
there is a
saw
lot of
this.
creeps. I saw a dude actually the other day get confronted by some women. Like, were you taking pictures of me? And he just started whacking away. Like, no, I wasn't. They're like, let me see your phone. He's like, no.
You know
And he
what?
looked like you look at his face. Like, oh, he was definitely taking pictures of me.
I've seen people on the train do that and get confronted, and part of me is like, I don't know if there's any legality against that,
There
but
isn't.
it
Unless
is
you're taking
hella
pictures of
creepy.
like someone's ass or something. Like if you're looking up their skirts and you're doing something indecent. But if they're in private, if you're just in public property, you're allowed to take pictures of everything, unfortunately.
Yeah, oof, it's creepy.
Yeah, fuck
I
that.
saw this video the other day where this girl had a huge purse and she like had it rigged so if someone opened it, then it would splatter shit on their face. And so she left it out and she would say to people, "Hey, would you mind watching this really quick? I'll be right back." Or she'll be at a picnic table and she'll say, her phone will ring and she'll walk up and every single person would look through her bag and every single person would end up with shit all over them. That's
Uh
amazing.
wait, and it was fake shit, right? Hopefully.
I don't know, but it was rigged with splatter and people would be like, "Ugh, ew, gross."
Oh, I would die, dude. I would fucking die. I think one time I was walking to at the time I was doing real estate. I was walking to show an apartment, and it was cold, but I was dressed nice. You know, this was a nice unit. I needed to make that deal. And I'm like
Mhm.
fucking on top of the world, and all of a sudden, the biggest bird shit just lands on me. Like, "Pah!"
Oh, that's
It's
good
like
luck.
it's good luck, right? But I'm on my way to this goddamn showing. I don't have time to go. There's no bathroom near me that I can go. I don't know what the fuck to do. So I literally start rubbing my shoulder against a tree to get the
Yeah,
shit off of me.
and it's
And
winter,
then
there's
just
no
went to my
leaves.
goddamn showing. Yeah.
It's winter, there's no leaves, and you're like,
There's no leaves.
"Motherfuck."
Yeah, it's winter time. So like there's no leaves. So literally I just against the tree trunk, like just getting this shit off. So then it gets the shit off, but it gets all the tree shit on me. And I'm like, well, I gotta wipe it with my hands, I guess. And it's like, you just like, you just fucking hate yourself. And then for the
And
next hour and
then
a half, I'm just going around with these people with shit hand and shit shoulder.
and then you
The
shake
worst.
their hand with your poopy
Hey,
hand.
buddy, what's up? Ooh, love your hair. Hi, Timmy. Tussle his head.
It's amazing.
I think the worst thing I've ever heard were both, it's a tie. And they both happened to my mom.
Boy.
One time she got bird shit, but it was on the bird shit on her head and it was on her hair and it just like, it was like the worst. But another time when she was like in her early 20s, she was driving to college and a fucking hobo spit on her. It was like the worst. He was like driving by, or she was in traffic and he was like walking by and she didn't have any change. And the guy literally says something like, "You bitch," and then spit in her face. And she was like horrified, obviously. And I was like, ugh.
Of course, I'd be horrified too.
I was like, did you
That's horrible.
it's like, did you skip class that day? Because I'm going home after that. Like that's the end of my
Oh,
day. I don't think
that's
anyone can fault
gross.
you for not doing anything else after that. It's like, oh, it's 10
Ew.
a.m. This is already happening to me. No. Fuck that.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna exit here and call it a day. Get some hot cocoa, maybe, and just go back to sleep.
Yikes. You know, I went on an interview one time, and there's like a guy after me that was interviewing for the same position, and so I did it. I had a good interview, and then as I was leaving, I smelled shit, and this dumbass stepped in poop and tracked it all through this office. And I was like, I got this in the bag, and I got hired, and I really attribute that to this guy stepping all in shit and tracking it. I thought, I can't think of anything worse. If someone came into my house and tracked shit all over my house, I would beat their ass. And I want to say one more thing
Yeah.
about bird poop. When people feed seagulls too close to beach blankets, and then we all run the risk of getting shat on, I think that there should be citations issued to those dumb little kids throwing, Pringles at the birds. I just think that's so awful. Lock them up.
And then Simo chases after a bird and gets diarrhea over. Is that how you really broke your feet?
Ooh.
The seagull shit in your eye. You're like, I can't see. Then fell over the bridge.
Yeah, pretty much.
My eyes. I'm not supposed to get shit in them.
You could probably get like a
Oh,
staph
shit.
infection from that. When
Yeah.
seagulls, a lot of birds poop in the water in Chicago. It's normally after a rainstorm. I guess it washes a bunch of shit in the water, and then they say
Yeah.
it's a code red day and not allowed to get in the water. So in Chicago, the lake, it's code green, yellow, red. Green means you're good to go, but red means
There's only a little
way too
shit.
much bacteria. Yeah, yellow means some of your own risk, but I wouldn't put my head in there.
If it's yellow, it's definitely mellowing in there. Just so you know, the kindergarten
what?
class just laughed.
I don't think
All
you
those
would
kids
like.
pee in the pool.
I don't think you would like the beach in Chicago. It was nice, but you're a swimmer, and so in
Yeah.
Chicago, the lifeguards are in rowboats, and
Oh.
once you're like waist deep, they're like, you gotta go back towards the beach. It's too deep. Like, are you serious?
Oh.
This is like 3 feet deep. Like, no, it's too deep. Go back. This is for your safety. And I'm like, what? So bogus.
They're just keeping you away from the sea of poop that's gonna wash up in 5 minutes. To be
I
fair, I
used-
don't like to go that deep because I don't like. I see enough shark stories in my life to know, like, nah, fuck that. I let all those fat guys go in deep, and then I stay like in there where I'm comfortable with the waves. I'm like, I'm faster than him, I'm not splashing like that asshole. I'm good over here.
Yeah, I used to think that maybe in Chicago they were doing it to save us from sharks, but we talked about this a while back, and you told me there are no sharks in the lake, and I Googled it, and you were
Oh, yeah.
correct.
Yeah, not in the lake they could be, but unless it's a bull shark. Bull sharks can be in both kinds of water, but I guess you could have maybe an alligator in the lake. I don't know. I don't think you'd have anything.
Up that
but
far north? I don't know.
lots of poop. Lots of
Alligators
poop.
scare the shit out of me.
Now, here's the thing about bird poop, which is a weird fun fact that I don't know how I know, but I just happen to know it's true. You can
It goes
Google
great
this,
on a
people.
hot dog.
It makes for some great sunscreen, you guys.
Yeah.
You just put it right under the eyes. It's great. And if you put it on your hot dog, no one will want to eat it. No one will be like, hey, can I get a bite of that hot dog? You're great. No, when a bird takes a shit, it's actually poop and pee at the same time. Both the same. Both the
So
same
it's a
thing.
double whammy.
It's a double whammy. You get it all
I don't
done,
think I poop
one
without
visit.
peeing myself.
That's very true. So we're not that far off as
Impossible.
creatures. It is impossible. You can't pee without pooping, but I don't think you can poo without peeing. And if you've done it, I guess let us know at Frat Chat Podcast.
Yeah.
Send evidence. We won't believe you.
Pictures where it didn't happen.
We need video evidence.
Yeah.
Preferably in slow-mo so we can, And then we're also looking for an intern to watch these videos because we don't want to watch them. So. Oh, dude, that reminds me. I started watching. It's on HBO Max, which I guess it's just called Max now.
Yeah.
The Jared Fogle documentary. It's just I'm only on the first episode. I kind of started falling asleep towards the end, but it's just getting to the part where he's starting to show his creepy side. And fuck, man, I already tell this is going to be very uncomfortable watch.
Now, he had a lot of gross stuff on his computer, but did he touch people?
He would ask for naked pictures of kids and get them
Ugh,
taken,
that's so
and he
gross to
would
me.
blackmail his friends and stuff into getting them the pictures. And but here's the thing: in the documentary, there's actual tape recordings where you hear him ask him for these things, and he's like talking about like, oh, the 7-year-old from the or the little girl from the broken home would be a good one. And then this lady's like, she's 7 years old. And it's like, oh, that's perfect. It's like, and he's like, you have to get
No.
me these pictures. And he goes like, I need them now. And he sounds so like creepy and desperate and gross. And I'm like,
Ew.
ugh, ugh.
Creepy. You know what?
Ah!
Sometimes I don't even want to look at my husband naked.
Yeah. Ugh. And like it all right now he's to the point where and I'm not going to spoil the rest of the documentary because I haven't seen it, you guys, but he just gets to a point where he like turns to this lady and he goes, aren't middle schoolers just so hot or something like that to
Ew.
her. It's like, ew. And then at that point she decides to kind of start keeping tabs on him.
You know, it's people like that that I think to myself, they have a big issue, and I don't think that they can be rehabilitated. I think that they are the most dangerous to have on the street. So I would lock them up for life. If you are a diddler or a creepo like that, and there's a potential that you're gonna, take some kid's innocence, you got to go to jail forever. Give them the fucking chair. They are not gonna work out in society.
I'm with you. To be fair, he is getting 15 years and he's going to serve every bit of it. And he's not doing well in jail. So I do think he'll always have those urges, and you got to watch that motherfucker till the day he dies. But to waste taxpayer resources, just fucking keep him at home. Make sure his internet's blocked. Make sure everybody's going to know who the fuck he is when he gets out. I feel like it's going to be a big deal. It won't be for like another 10 years, I don't think. How long has he been in jail? Like 4 or 5 years? Who knows what they'll still remember? But I don't know. He is getting his ass kicked in jail a lot.
He became famous for being like someone who just walked to Subway every day, and that walk and eating fresh Subway, I guess, helped him lose a lot of weight. But now I wonder if maybe he just walked to Subway because he passed a few playgrounds on the way. You know what I mean?
Oh no. Maybe.
Maybe.
And if you read, they talk about his life before that when he was fat, and it sounds like he had an awful life where literally no one wanted to be friends with him. In high school, no one sat with him because he was quote unquote suicide. Literally like bad life, terrible life. But it's like, man, that still doesn't mean you should be diddling kids, dude.
I know. That's
like
not
what?
an
And he got
excuse.
married. He had a wife who was very pretty and shit. Like, come on. You had women coming after you.
Did he get married after he had that Subway money? Because doing a national commercial,
Of
you get
course.
paid.
Exactly. It was right after he was skinny. He had the Subway money. So he got Subway money quality women at this. It wasn't before. So yeah, she was honestly, she was hot. I would have, give her the old 6 inchers. I'll give her the old turkey sub. Is that a thing? I'm making a thing.
I bet
the
like,
meatballs with cheese.
on that wedding night, he's probably like, "Would you mind wearing that schoolgirl outfit that I got you? And can you put your hair in pigtails?" And she didn't catch on.
Yeah.
She didn't get the clue.
Yeah, and she's like, can you talk in that little voice I taught you? Hi, Mr. Jared.
What a creepo.
Would you be my daddy?
America's sweetheart turned America's monster.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I remember he was so likable looking, but now when you look at him after the fact that you know that he's a diddler, you just look at him and say, yeah, he looks like a diddler.
Yeah.
There's these things about retroactive things. It's definitely hindsight 2020. But like, it's like, damn it, he totally has the look of the guy who would definitely touch my kid uncomfortably in the playground.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just a cool story. And I was fat at the time. I remember being inspired by him. I ate a lot of Subway and actually got in great shape eating the goddamn thing. So, shit, I have to say, he literally inspired me, but nope. It's like you and Bill Cosby. What are you going to do, right?
Yeah. Ugh. That's so sad.
All of our
let me
heroes
just
are
say
diddlers.
this.
Damn it.
you know, all my balls are in one basket, and that basket is Tom Hanks. Please don't disappoint me, Tom Hanks,
I
because the
know.
last one I
Please,
have
Tom.
left,
Tom, you are the last one standing.
that's it.
It's something I won't believe it if a report comes out of that. I'll just be like, this is a conspiracy at this point.
Yeah.
He's way too nice.
Ugh.
But yeah, Tom Hanks, please. You're the last one standing. But anyways, I got a quick story to share here that we should get
A
to.
quick story. Is it a fairy tale? Does it have a happy ending?
No, it's not a fairy tale because it's not about you. Hey!
Waka waka.
Happy almost pride. Anyways, so I got this story. It's circulating on Instagram pretty heavily right now. And again, a good people at puberty. You seem to like them a lot these days, but they're not good. Even though they sound like pubes. We love you guys. Anyways, of course, this happened in Florida. A 23-year-old Florida man was attacked by a 10-foot alligator after peeing in a pond behind a bar that he was at.
Oh my God.
When he decided to go to the when he was asked why he decided to go to the bathroom outside, he said the line was way too long. He didn't feel like waiting. And I mean, this thing, he's lucky he was alive. One, because this thing ripped off his arm, like severed it, and they needed to amputate the rest of it type thing. So he didn't die. But it was over 10 feet, like I just said. So literally, like, all it would have taken was for him to grab his leg or grab him somewhere else and just fucking sink down, and they would have never seen this man again because it was nighttime.
Ugh.
The dude is doing fine. He himself has kind of ripped on himself a little bit about the incident. But yes, this is one of those things where some people are like saying he kind of deserves it, and some people are being like, man, that's awful. The alligator, of course, was caught, and then he had to be killed because I guess they say that at that point it starts getting a taste for human. You don't want that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty scary shit.
Though, I see both sides because I also, when you gotta go, you gotta go. And I'm like pee shy where if someone's shoulders are touching my shoulders at the urinal, that I just can't do it. So I actually feel more at ease if I'm like between two dumpsters behind a bar. However, and this is important, the pond is the alligator's home. What would you do if someone peed in your house?
Oh, he's getting his
Everywhere.
ass kicked.
Some drunk
Getting his
ass
ass
just peed
kicked.
all over your house. It would get physical.
And alligator's hungry too. And in Florida, everybody knows there's massive alligators in Florida. Like, you just know it. I've seen all the fucking videos on TikTok. It's a thing. So he should have known better. He could at least kept an eye out. I know alligators can be very sneaky, but I can see this guy. Maybe he was like still peeing, but he was like looking around somewhere else, and the alligator just fucking grabbed him by the arm. But
it must have been really dark, and I don't think
it was very
you
dark.
should.
And that's why he's so lucky, man. Like, this alligator would have just gone underwater with him. No one would have seen this guy again. Because that's usually, they start rolling, they sever a piece of you, but they'll literally take you and drown you. And then they'll start eating you. So he's lucky. I could see him like looking around the bathroom line, like, man, I'd give my arm to cut this bathroom line. And the alligator's like, say no more, coming back. Like, he's like putting on a bid.
I feel like if it's pitch black, I don't think that I would feel comfortable peeing in just a black void. I would have to have something to aim for.
For sure.
And
because in Baltimore, for example, you talked about dumpsters. When we lived in Baltimore, you got to worry about some big rats, raccoon-sized rats. That's the thing in Baltimore. New York, there's also rats, a little smaller. Both cities, someone might mug you. But when you're in Florida, you know damn well it's big-ass alligators. So, no. I would not do it. I'm not dead.
I feel like I would never want to go to an establishment where there is an alligator attack unless the establishment is elevated and the man climbed down to where people shouldn't be. Do you know what I mean? But if
Yeah.
this is just at ground level and he just walked
Ooh.
around the backyard and alligator got him, let me tell you, I would never be in that neighborhood.
Here's the scary thing. An alligator can actually propel itself a few feet up the air, especially depending how big it is. They like use their tail and they wiggle up. I just saw a video yesterday of this like
Really?
13-footer that almost got this cat, and luckily it was a cat. So cats' reflexes are fast as fuck, but the cat like sees it at the last second, and the alligator makes this fucking jump up for it, and the cat just like
Oh,
and gets the fuck out of
man.
there. But this thing was
New fear
massive. And it literally
officially unlocked.
yeah, we're fucked. If it was me, it would have caught me, especially because it snapped its jaws like whack, like it was so fast.
I saw on like the Discovery Channel or something that during prehistoric days, alligators actually had longer arms.
Oh yeah, no, alligators were much bigger back then.
Ugh,
Uh,
that's so
an
scary.
alligator would have been like maybe like 25 or 30 feet at one point, and maybe even bigger. It's like like sharks. There used to be megalodon, which was like a 65-foot shark that could literally eat a whole great white whole and still fucking be hungry. So, and they say
Oh,
that
I
shits are still
saw
out there. We just haven't seen them.
I saw this video where this guy was kayaking and a great white kept bumping his kayak trying to knock him off.
Yeah,
And I thought to myself, I wouldn't be in that water. It doesn't matter how much you try to pay me.
never.
Unless I was in a huge fucking ship, no
Yeah,
way.
no
I
way.
wish people would like research these areas before they just go out,
In a
on an
fucking
adventure.
kayak, never, dude. I would never. Like a wave can literally just come over and just knock you over in a second. No, we're
Mm-mm.
stupid. I'm with you. Anyways, it's time to get to it, Mr. Mel, because some of our people had a very long Memorial Day weekend, Mr. Mel. So some of them
Mhm.
are quite hungover today, and they need us. Our listeners need us right now, and sometimes on the weekends too. People like to listen to us a lot, so they definitely need us if you're listening to this on the weekend. Anyways, people are hungover, Mr. Mo. People are a little dehydrated. People are looking around like, man, maybe I should call out of work. But that's where we come in. Because this week, ladies and gents, and everything in between, we're gonna talk about the best things to eat or drink to get over a nice hangover and let you live your day. Because
Mhm.
I'm at the point now where, like, fuck, if I go too hard, I'm hungover for like 2 days if I don't do something about it. So I use this list regularly, Mr. Mo. Helps me live, helps me survive, helps me hit the streets.
Have you ever gone to the ER because you're so fucking hungover and they give you an IV and like within like an hour you feel like a brand new person?
Well, no, because I'm not a total loser. But I've never done the IV thing. I think
My
that
sister and I
sounds
are
cool, but
losers.
I don't like needles. I don't like needles that much. I have it like it's not like I have like a phobia of them, but like I don't like getting jabbed. So it's like, but I really want to be jabbed when I'm hungover just to feel better. I'm like,
I mean, it's
nah.
really like a quick fix though. I mean, if you have the funds. There's like a business that does that. They go around, they do house calls, and they bring an IV with like lots of vitamins and just lots of fluids, and uh then you're good as new.
Nice. Summer is coming. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? Manscaped is here to ensure your body is ready for the wild with their game-changing full body grooming and hygiene products. Don't be the guy at the beach with Austin Powers chest hair, baby. And if you grew some winter man tits, the least you can do is make sure they're hairless. Because the ladies love those hairless titties, believe you me. It's time to get ready for a hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code FRATCHAT. Now, do they like show you that they're using brand new needles and shit every time? Because like if they're going door to door, it kind of sketches me out a little bit.
I don't know.
Oh, great! So now we know how
I would
Simo
assume
got
that they
AIDS,
use
guys.
new stuff. I mean, I don't know.
You know what happens when you assume, Simo? You make an ass out of you and me, and then we both get AIDS.
You have the end. I wish you something less serious.
Oh man.
Did you see that
Anyways,
episode on Family Guy?
yes.
That is that.
That's
I mean, it's not a nice song, but it's very well done. Okay, do you
Would
want to
you
go
like
first?
to start us off with? Would you like me to go first?
I'll go first.
Go for it.
Okay, so first and foremost, when I wake up in the morning, hungover as hell, the first item that I would like to eat is a pair of Advil. I like 2 Advil and I chase it with a glass of Pedialyte. Then I take my ass right back to bed. But I feel like when you're hungover, you just need some electrolytes and Pedialyte is like packed full of electrolytes. So even if let's say you're nauseous, you've been vomiting and you have like a stomach flu, Pedialyte is fantastic to replenish your electrolytes. And when you're hungover, there's a good chance you're nauseous and barfing. So yeah, you need electrolytes. So that's my first go-to above anything else.
Now I'm not gonna lie. When you started going there in the first half, you totally got me. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I like to have in my mouth is a pair of big salty Advil, you guys. I was like, wait, what? Was Mario cannot be on this list? Oh, Advil. That's what he's talking about. Got it.
Just swallow it.
But Pedialyte is clutch. I actually never had Pedialyte to get over a hangover until we did the episode where we made Jungle Juice.
Jungle
here
Juice.
and did Truth or Dare.
Yeah.
If you listen back to the archives in season 1, it's one of the later episodes. I can't even tell you which one because we got plastered. And I was in pain. I woke up the next day like, oh God, no, why? We made way too much Jungle Juice for 2 people. And we drank a lot of it. So
I fell asleep on the path and I took a trip to New York, back to Hoboken, to New York, back to Hoboken, to New York, back to Hoboken. And a
good
nice
times.
beautiful city.
So that's why I don't get hammered on the pod anymore, you guys. But I did enjoy some Pedialyte the next day that Simo left, and yeah, it was clutch. It definitely kept
Oh
me alive.
yeah,
So
it does wonders.
that's a good one. Start with 2 Advil, chase it with a glass of Pedialyte, maybe hit the bed for another 30 minutes.
Mhm,
You'll be back
mhm.
to good.
How
Now
about
this
you?
one is once maybe you wake up from that post 2 Advil and glass of Pedialyte nappity nap. I would say maybe get some chicken noodle soup, you guys. Nice on the tummy. Always
Yeah.
helps me. And I'm not the only one. Healthline.com says chicken noodle soup is a popular remedy for the flu or the common cold. However, it may also be helpful for hangovers because research shows that chicken noodle soup can help you rehydrate, mostly due to its high sodium content. Oh,
Yeah.
So, yeah, a little chicken noodle soup hits the
Is
soul,
that
baby.
is that why hospitals always give you chicken broth?
Probably. Well, I mean, you can't go wrong with it. It's like, it's so light on the tummy. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to give you diarrhea. It has vitamins and nutrients in it and shit. So it's like a good first step to kind of get you going. It's like if you
Yeah.
can handle chicken noodle soup or chicken broth, then you're good to get some noodles next, and then you're kind of on the track to solid foods. But it's
So
at
let
least
me
has
ask you,
nutrients.
is it Campbell's? Is it Lipton in the packet? Or are you talking about like fresh chicken noodle soup from like Panera Bread or something?
Oh, well, it depends what you got, man. Like I got a can of Campbell's on deck pretty much at all points because sometimes you need a quick lunch, or sometimes, like I said, you just wake up and you're feeling awful. You got to get that chicken noodle soup quick. So you should always have a can of Campbell's. You can also, I mean, the thing is, if you can do the Liptons, I personally never, I don't think I've ever had the Liptons myself. But
It's
you
like
can,
in a
I mean, it's pretty
packet.
easy. Yeah, it's pretty easy to make. It's kind of, I mean, I imagine it's kind of like ramen, and then you just throw some chicken in there. So, I mean, it's easy. And you can also see Julie's actually been making us a lot of soup because we've been for Stella, we've been boiling chicken for her breakfast and dinner.
Oh, that's fancy.
Couple times, yeah, right. Our dog eats good, but it's also cheaper than we put a little kibble and then we put some chicken, but it's cheaper than always buying the dog food because dog food's expensive as fuck. But you got to make sure that your dog is still getting all the nutrients they need. You know what I mean? But then once we boil the chicken, you have some fresh made chicken broth there, and so then we take the chicken for Stella, and then Julie will throw some seasoning, some veggies in there and shit, some noodles, and boom, you got yourself
You
some
know,
soup.
I used to feed my old dog um, celery sticks
Oh yeah, they love it.
because it helps clean their teeth, and
Yeah,
I
and they
would
love
sell,
chomping on it.
yeah, and also carrots
Mhm.
and cucumber.
We haven't given Stella cucumber, but we have given her carrot. We given her celery. She loves apples. Now she every time I open a banana, she like stalks me. She loves little pieces of banana. Um, but the good thing is we have an Alexa and a Google Play. So every time she like looks at something, it's like, well, this is kind of healthy. Like, hey Alexa, can dogs eat whatever? And then she'll tell us. Then we're good. Because you don't want to. Some things can poison your dog, so you want to be very careful what you give them. But I also want Stella to have like a good, happy life where she eats good shit. It's just lives healthy.
Alexa, can my dog eat peanut butter? Okay, great. So if I were to smear peanut butter on my genitals and the dog licked it off, can I get a UTI? Okay, good to know. Thank you. Thank
How
you.
much peanut butter can a dog lick, Alexa? Is peanut
Mm.
butter on your asshole bad for you, Alexa?
So my next one is not peanut butter. It's sometimes when I wake up, if I'm off the day and I just know my day is wrecked, I just wake and bake. I wake up, smoke a bowl, I boil a whole box of spaghetti, and I can finish that box of spaghetti in no time. I feel
Nah.
like doing a overload of carbs just helps to like regenerate me. I know from like a dieting standpoint. I know it's like trainers would be like, "Yo, that's horrible," but for me, I don't know. It helps to get myself ready for the following day. So I carb
Sure,
overload.
dude. I agree. Big bowl of pasta will coat that belly nice, dude. And depends what you put on it. Obviously, you don't want to go too crazy, but you can have yourself a yummy pasta. I would say avoid the seafoods on the pasta as the first meal, but you can do tomato sauces. You can
hmm
do
hmm
just like a buttery sauce. You could do something with like a meat sauce, if your stomach's feeling up to it. Something with chicken, maybe. So there's plenty of options you can go with. Yeah, big ass bucks. Italian food just hits the spot when you're hungover. And I promise you, I mean, that day, it might leave you on the couch for a couple hours afterwards because you'll be full, but you'll feel so much better.
You know
I
what else
think
I
it's a
do?
great choice.
While the water is boiling, I'll eat a banana because I feel like maybe that potassium won't hurt. Because whenever I used to run track, I would eat a banana before or after. I don't know why they
Yeah.
always just recommended bananas if you sweat a lot. And when I'm hungover, I sweat a lot.
Well, I sweat a lot on the rag, you guys. So
Yeah,
I've actually
you're a
been eating a
sweaty
lot of
guy.
bananas recently. I always used to bring an extra t-shirt before I went on stage because I would like get so nervous that I would just sweat through my pits before I even
I
got there.
remember that.
Nowadays, I can go in one t-shirt, but man, those were the days. I
Do
do
you ever
not
think
miss
about
those
putting
days.
feminine pads in your armpit?
Yes, I've done everything. Just
Really? Did that help?
over the years, because this all started in high school, and then also in high school I would wear a lot tighter shirts because I mean I was pretty ripped up, and it was like cooler to wear tighter shirts back then. Ryan
Two
from the
polos
OC
with
was
the
wearing
collar popped.
yeah, brother. So, uh, like your pits would sweat at that point. You're in your nervous life. So I literally did everything and anything to shield these bad boys, but I would just sweat right through it. And then I would still like the shirts would still get uncomfortable, and then you just have whatever you stick under there ruining it. So, the thing that actually ended up working for me was well, two things really. Number one was learning how to like breathe, deal with stress, calm yourself down, live in the moment type thing that really, regulates you a little bit. So then you're not fucking like dripping sweat and like, you know. But number two, there's deodorant. And they don't even sponsor us. So they're getting a free fucking shout out. They're called Dura-Dry. And it's like a whole,
Dry.
it's like a little kit. You get an AM regular deodorant bar. You get like a soap that you use in the shower and you like rub on your pit for like 20 seconds on each. And then you get like a little gel that you put on before bedtime. And I literally used that combo for like maybe like 6 months. And literally, like, it was a total game changer. My armpits were not nearly as sweaty. And then I didn't need to use it as regular. I could just use the bar in the morning and I was done with it. Then every once in a while, you know, I go back to it because it starts kind of coming back. So you go back, but you can go on and go off because eventually your pits build a resistance. So yeah, that's just the thing that really, really worked for me. So if you have sweaty pits, I would recommend checking them out. I think they're actually even about to go public and shit. So yeah, check them out. Again, they don't sponsor us.
Pits, remember, jump off a bridge.
But I remember I would like drive, you know, and then I like stick my one arm out. So like, you know, with the window down so the air would hit the pit. But then I have one armpit that's not, and one armpit that's sweaty as fuck.
I always get sweat just underneath my tatters. My
the pec sweat.
Pecs. And so I go into the bathroom and I'll grab a paper towel and I will wipe down and then come back out.
I've used the air dryer
what's
on my pits
for you.
This next one you can do as well, which is not only delicious, but I think will give you a little bit of everything you need to survive this hangover. Get yourself an order of chicken and waffles, brothers and sisters. Delicious.
I love that combo.
It's so good.
So good.
You get a little sweet, a little savory, especially if you wake up later in the day. You're a little hungover at noon, don't know what to eat. Goddamn, some chicken and waffles will hit the spot. Douse that shit in syrup, baby. You've earned it. You need it. You got to have it. Do some chicken and waffles.
Maple syrup.
The chicken, you got some protein, brother.
Some powdered sugar.
Yes.
And then, but just to make the plate look pretty, you can add a couple sliced strawberries and
there you go.
Yum. Oh, that's so good.
You got the protein with the chicken. You got a bunch of like carbs and shit and sugar with the waffle and the syrup. Everything is going to make you feel better in that state you're in. Everything you're eating.
You know what else I think?
Deep friedness.
Yeah. You know what else I think is important in addition to that? Because a lot of times brunch places have chicken and waffles, and what you should also get is a good old-fashioned Bloody Mary. I feel like when I'm hungover, sometimes you just gotta keep the buzz going. Just delay it. Just delay it a little bit. So I get sometimes the same beer I was drinking the night before, or just a good strong Bloody Mary, and then it's like I'm reborn.
And here's the thing. Some people don't like Bloody Marys. They'll say, oh, cold tomato soup. I get it. It's not something I'd really have unless I'm hungover myself. But here's the thing. You got the tomato juice in there, which is fantastic for you. Got a little liquor in there, so it'll make your headache feel better. And those things usually, especially nowadays, come fucking loaded with things. Like I've seen a Bloody Mary that has like bacon in it and shrimp and celery and all this shit. You literally have an entire dish on top of that goddamn thing. And you dip it all in there and you drink it. So don't be a bitch. Get yourself a Mary.
Don't be a bitch.
They're great. They're great, you guys. Honestly, if you haven't had one, just do it. Just try.
What they call it, a sidecar? They give you like a little glass of beer next to it sometimes.
Yeah, sidecar. That's true. I haven't heard that in a while.
There's a place in Chicago called Twisted Spoke, and you would get these huge Bloody Marys, and they'd be a straight up sandwich sticking out of it. Like a little slider. Absurd.
Wow, I love that. I mean, shit. That's why that's where it's worth it. Because Bloody Marys usually, it depends where you get. When you get to that level, they're probably not cheap. So you want to make sure it hits the spot, and that will fucking do it.
Yeah, but be careful. They use too much horseradish, and if it's too spicy, you'll have buffalo butt by the afternoon. You know.
Oh yeah, you don't want no buffalo butt.
I love spicy
should.
stuff, but when you're hungover and you're shitting out the wazoo, you don't want your asshole to be on fire.
That was almost Simo's pledge name, Buffalo Butt, but you know, I don't want to be offensive.
Explosions in my trousers. All right, what's
Can you
next?
imagine if there was a like a Native American, like there's dances with wolves, and then there's Buffalo Butt, his brother. It's like, hey, wait, how come he got dances with wolves and I got Buffalo Butt? It's like, did you see what you left in the teepee, Buffalo Butt? Damn it!
then they're probably like, you know, we got some people huddled around a fire and some people huddled around your hot flaming turd that you just laid this log right here.
Jesus, Buffalo Butt, what have you done? This is so smelly. I've invoked the white man's gods. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, save me, Jesus. Anyways, we love, if we have any Native American listeners, please don't hate us. We love you. Anywho, for my next one, this is one that I used to go with, especially living in college, because our sweet college, Towson University, had a pretty damn good place called Newell, where you could get as many cheesesteaks as you wanted, and you could do chicken or a regular cheesesteak. And also you could go to the other place, like I think it was the Union, you could get a big nice cheesesteak as well. But the thing is, at Newell, you just needed a meal, and it was like buffet style. So like load up on everything else and then top things off with a delicious cheesesteak. God, you can't go wrong, you guys. Get yourself a cheesesteak, chicken cheesesteak, whatever. All the goddamn fixings that you want. Get that melted cheese on there. Get them grilled peppers. Get them grilled onions, baby. Get it all. Put the sauces in there. Just remember, it's all about the sauces. Gotta have the sauces. You're like, whatever. I mean, I know lettuce, tomatoes don't even go to cheesesteak, but you can fucking put them in. I don't care. I'm not judging you.
Lettuce, tomato on there. I think it ruins it. But sometimes they would do a chicken cheesesteak.
Yep. Exactly.
Instead of just a cheesesteak.
Yep,
So the convict that made the cheesesteaks was a brilliant man, and he turned me on to the chicken cheesesteak. I never heard of it until he said something, and I was like, "Wow,
really?
Yeah."
Oh man, yeah. The chicken cheesesteak is a salvation, especially because for me, regular cheesesteaks were kind of an acquired taste thing. At first, I wasn't like necessarily about them that much until I went to Philly, and then I really got it. But the chicken cheesesteak, I think, might have been what I started out with that made me be like, damn, this is good. And then I started moving on to the regular cheesesteak, you know. So, I mean, I don't know.
You ever get the cheesesteaks from Subway?
No. To be honest,
They're not bad.
I was kind of worried of their hot food for a little bit, unless it was like, I guess the chicken stuff I did have a few times, but I would always get either the club, which is like ham, turkey,
It's everything. We call it the fat boy
beef,
sandwich.
all that good shit, cheese, and you get all your veggies. Or I would get like a turkey bacon sub, or just regular turkey, especially when it was just the $5 footlongs. But I legit would go to Subway so much. I like the chicken teriyaki. It was also good. Also the chicken breast, and I would just get teriyaki sauce on it.
But you know what? Next time you go, get it a cheesesteak, ask for extra steak, and then get Chipotle sauce on it.
Oh yeah,
just trust me on that.
Good. Here's the thing with Subway. It used to be so good in the 90s and early 2000s. Their quality was so good. And then somewhere along the line, they decided to cut back costs. And then like they made all their meats like pork based, which is fucking weird to have like pork based turkey. Because it's like, what the fuck is that? And it wasn't as good. And I do know that recently they rebranded They got all them celebs to come in and say that it's awesome again. They added new menu items, but I've been kind of scared to try it since, last time I went, it was kind of shitty. And I do have a Jersey Mike's literally a block from my apartment. So I am hesitant to go to Subway again, but fuck, man, when it was good, I had so many good years in Subway. And I swear to God, I would have it like 5-6 times a week sometimes. And I was in best shape.
Does
Subway in the
Subway,
gym,
do they offer a breakfast menu?
they did. They
They
eventually started
did?
getting like bacon, egg, and cheeses and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next one on my list. A bacon, egg, and cheese, but on a bagel, because again, the carbs really do help. And
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I feel like caffeine helps with headaches.
Mm-hmm.
So a coffee, or sometimes I just drink a monster drink because that's like instant gratification. But caffeine does wonders. Even if you want to go back to bed, it's fine, but caffeine just does something for your headache.
It's true. Actually, I get migraines, and most migraine medications are acetaminophen, which is just aspirin, and caffeine. That's all it is.
Oh, like Excedrin. That's what they
Mm-hmm.
have in there.
That's literally exactly.
Ha-
That's all it is.
Have you seen a thing on TV? It's this little thing you put in your ears supposed to help with migraines.
No,
It pumps air in your ear or something, and people swear
Ugh.
by it.
I would be way too scared to stick something in my ear for a migraine. I don't know.
It's just air and suction, I guess, but they apparently it helps.
I feel like it would
I'd
like
try it.
pop my eardrum. Like
I'll try anything once.
except for anal.
Like,
Let's try that a few
I'll
times.
try anything once, kind of like vagina.
And then he'll cry.
That was a sad day for
No,
her.
but dude, a bacon, egg, and cheese is just one of the best things to eat. I mean, you can, if your stomach's feeling up to it, a little mild hot sauce on there could be good too. But there's something about the bacon being a little fried. You got the carbs in there, like Simo said. The egg is full of protein. To be honest, it has all the nutrients you kind of need to get yourself going. Got a little caffeine in there for the headache. Boom. You really can't go wrong with that meal. So if you're waking up right now, listen to the podcast, get yourself a bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel. Get yourself a little coffee.
Yeah. On an
You'll love
everything
it. It's right
bagel. Yummy, yummy.
there. And your tummy. Oh, yeah. So this next one for me is one that has saved my day many a day. And it's a Chinese food, y'all. But particularly, this is my hungover Chinese food order. You get yourself start off with some egg rolls, get yourself some orange chicken, get yourself a fried rice, and this is the bonus one. If they have a good one, which there's a place here in Hoboken called Precious, has the best ones in town. Crab rangoons, fucking love those things. It's like the little fried thing, and it's like the inside is like
Cream
crab
cheese.
with like cream cheese. Yeah, the ones
Mhm.
here are like sweet and delicious. It's amazing.
All those
All of
things
this I
sound
know
fantastic.
is fried. Oh yeah.
That's a well balanced
It's okay.
meal.
Yeah, hell yeah. You got a little protein, you got a little everything. And the deep fried gooiness of it all, it's gonna make you feel so much better. I don't know what it is about fried foods and hangovers, but the greasy deliciousness just goes such a long way in making you feel better, you guys. I love me some Chinese food. I love it.
Yum. Okay, so my last one is kind of simple, but I feel like whenever
you.
I'm hungover, I like can't drink enough water, and I know that I'm dehydrated because when I take my first whiz in the morning, it's like a toxic yellow color. It's like toxic neon yellow, and I'm like, okay, I definitely have to drink some water. But I've lately been replacing my water bottles with coconut water bottles. Coconut
Yeah.
water can be a little bit more expensive, but I don't know what it is. It's I feel like I'm able to bounce back faster with coconut water specifically. I'm not sure if it's electrolytes in there or what, but
Well,
something about coconut is like magic.
here's the thing about coconut water, you guys. It's actually proven to help you bounce back faster than water because there's something about coconut water that your body absorbs better than regular water. And so when you absorb the water better, you're able to hydrate better. So it's actually a thing. I didn't know about coconut water until I had a boss actually in my PR days, who was a very lovely lady and taught me a lot. And yeah, she put me on coconut water because there was this company giving them away. And we were walking down the street, and she's like, "Oh wow, free coconut water! Like Carlos, take some." I was like, "I don't really like it." It's like, "Trust me." And then she told me the whole thing. And then yeah, I got on it. Whatever it is in coconut water helps you hydrate way more than regular water. And no, it's a bit of an acquired taste for some people, but there are some really good coconut water brands out there that even have like coconut water blended with different tastes, so it makes it
Yeah,
taste better.
like the ones
So
in like the blue carton, right?
yes,
I
exactly.
forget
I
the
don't know what
brand.
brand. I forget the name.
It's like Parrot Bay or something like that.
Yeah,
And then
isn't that rum?
mm, I don't know. But coconut water, is it water
That's
from
rum.
inside the coconut, or is it like coconut infused water?
I think it's the water that's in the coconut.
Oh,
Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, it's water from the coconut because you can't have. I guess you could have the stuff that's inside the coconut that you eat and
hmm.
blend that shit and infuse it with water. But no, the coconut already has water. That's what you. I guess it's more coconut juice, but it does look like water. I
What
don't know.
about, don't cactuses, or is it cacti? Don't cacti
Cacti.
have water in them?
Oh.
I wonder if we can drink that. I wonder if you can just poke a
Yeah,
hole
then
in
you
top of a
can.
cactus and
It's in
just
the
like
market.
put a straw in there.
Well, I don't think you can just do that because you would need a cactus, but many a cacti. Sorry, we're professionals here at the Frat Chat Podcast. But there is a thing called Cali water. I see. I just Googled it. And it says drink cactus water, and you get 3 flavors: prickly pear, ginger lime, and watermelon. And they have a new kids pack. I don't know what that means, but sounds cool.
Are
How
there
do
any
you
pears out there that are actually prickly?
prickly pears? Yeah, I think so, but I don't really eat pears. I think they're gross. But
They're like a mushy apple, right?
yeah, exactly. And I don't like apples because I think their texture is gross, but I do like apple flavored things like apple juice, apple pie, all that good shit. There's something about a normal apple that if I bite into it, the texture just like, ugh,
I
I
know a lot
hate
of
it.
people that are pear shaped.
That's true.
So when it comes to coconuts, did you have them on your property when you were younger in Venezuela? Why is that funny?
No, but my grandma did have a mango tree, so
Mangoes,
that's
but
what we
not
had.
coconuts. This is more
Not
tropical
not
climate, right?
coconuts. Well, we had if you went to like the beach areas, we yeah, but I was in the city, so we didn't really have. I mean, I guess
Did
you
you
had the
have
fake palm trees that you put in, but the weather wasn't really palm tree weather.
did you have pineapple trees?
I mean, not in my fucking yard. How big do you think my yard was?
I don't know. That wasn't it big enough to have
Yes.
chickens running around?
We could have everything we needed. We had pineapples. We had the watermelons.
Didn't you guys used to
We
chop
had the
one off of a
bananas.
chicken
The
and watch it run
monkeys
around the
would
headlight?
bartend for us.
Yeah.
They would wear little like bow ties. The mariachis would wake us up in the morning.
Nice. See, that's
They would
what I
have some fresh
assumed.
banana juice.
Yeah, but everything's under surveillance with assault rifles
Yes,
because you can't be too
exactly.
careful.
That's why we're stuck in this very unhappy fantasy. We're being watched at all times.
Well, what is your last? And I think this is actually the number one. I would have put this on my list if you didn't, but this is the first thing I thought of.
Well, I think this should be the first thing anyone thinks of, you guys, because the best thing that for me has been proven to work, which damn it, I've been doing it for years. It's probably terrible for my heart, but goddamn it, great for my belly. It's McDonald's, dude, and really anything from McDonald's. Whether you're talking the breakfast menu and you get yourself some McGriddles and some hash browns in there. I always double up on the hash browns because they're fucking delicious. Little OJ. Or you go to the dinner menu / lunch, get yourself a Big Mac, quarter pounder, chicken sandwich, whatever you want. You can't go wrong with McDonald's. The French fries also go a long way. Basically, they're fried potatoes. Whether you're talking the morning or night, goddamn, that will soak up all that goodness. all that drunk and hungover goodness. Get it out of you. So
What is it about oil that
I don't know,
that
dude.
has like it works wonders? Oil
I don't know
specifically.
exactly. Like it's almost like the worse it is for you, like the better it makes you feel when you're
Yeah.
hungover. I don't know.
I
really
wonder
don't
if
know.
I were to take a shot of olive oil before I started drinking, would that be preventative?
Well, I think that'd be
Has
good for
anyone
your
done this?
skin, if anything.
I wonder if
'Cause-
anyone's done that before.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, like, there's so much oil that goes into like frying chicken and all that shit that maybe you would need to like chug a whole glass of olive oil. Oh god. So I don't know. I don't know if I recommend going that route. So and here's a bonus one that I'll throw you guys your way, but this one is way harder to find. So yeah, no, that's why I didn't put it on the list. If
Let
you're
me
ever
guess.
around a
Dick?
fair or anything like that, if you're summer drinking, yeah, dick. Get yourself some fried Oreos, dude. Again, the
Oh,
fried
you're gonna say
goodness.
funnel cake.
Or a funnel cake, yes. Either one of those. But again, those are seasonal ones. But we are about to enter. Actually, is it summertime officially yet?
No, it's like June 20 something.
Yeah, we're about to enter the official summer phase, but Memorial Day weekend will have just ended. So everything's open. We're in summer mode here, the Frat Chat podcast. So yeah, if you're around that, that's also a good option. But other than that, Mickey D's all the way, brother. It's anywhere. It's everywhere. It's in almost every country. Sure, they have different menus depending where you're at. But pretty much almost everywhere, you can get a good damn meal that'll make you hungover free. And in those other countries, they'll just kill you if you're hungover anyway. So doesn't really matter.
Put you out of your misery, right?
Yeah, exactly. So on that note, ladies and gents, boys and girls, children of all ages, that has been our list. Let us know what you thought of it here at the Frat Chat Podcast, and follow us on all social channels at Frat Chat Podcast. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. That's on Twitter. That's on YouTube. Give me a follow as well at Carlos Does the World on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. Carlos Does the World or Carlos Does World on Twitter. Take out the. And make sure you follow my buddy Simo over there as well, or he'll get you. That's at Seymour Comedy on Twitter and Chris.Moore.comedy on Instagram and on TikTok. And if you're watching us right now on YouTube, it's right below you. Just look down right now. Look at our names. See a little name right there. Just type that into
Look right here, guys.
computer. Yeah, look right
there.
Lower, no lower. Lower. Okay, gotcha.
Back it up.
We're too low. Too low. I didn't give you consent to look there. So, on that note, Mr. Mo, it's time to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for all the love. We love to see you. We love to have you hear from us. Our listens are going up and up every week. It's thanks to the love from you and the world. So thank you. And Mr. Mo, get us out of here.
I motion to adjourn this meeting to start drinking.
And I second.
All right.
You guys. We'll be back next week with another epic edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time, the Frat Chat Podcast. And it'll be Pride season, baby. See ya.
Bottoms up.